I think that's why one of the reasons they don't want to allow openly gay men in there.
Well, I think one of the reasons is the morality in this country, in the respect that if you have an administrator or even let's just say, a scout leader who's gay, then the boys in that troop are then going to be gay. I think that's the...
Their argument is wrong.
I think it's a bullshit argument. Obviously, I don't think it's a very accurate argument. But if you're a private organization, I believe that you have the right to choose.
So that a private high school can decide they don't want gay students, a private college can decide they don't want gay students.
Just like a private high school can decide that they want only gay or transgender students.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I just think that if you allow for one, you have to allow for the other. I mean, that's discrimination. It's discrimination both ways.
That's like the whole argument around segregation.
But do people have the right to think
your school over here, but
do people have the right to think what they think? I mean, do you have the right to tell me that I don't believe that homosexuality is right, or that I mean, you don't. And that's the difficult thing that we're coming up with, in America, is that people just don't think that way and don't want that thought imposed on them.
It's not that, it's that, well, I mean, the government itself cannot discriminate, and that there has worked.
But the Boy Scouts is not the government.
I understand. I'm just saying, I'm giving you an example of which, and there is a situation in which you can set limits as to what is okay and what is not. The government has done it on their own entities. UCLA cannot discriminate. Any UC camp, any government institution cannot discriminate based on race, gender, age, sex, anything like
sexual orientation.
Well, it also works at, I mean, the reason why you don't see colleges and universities exclude, at this point in time, someone based on religion or sexual orientation and so forth, is the federal government say, we won't give you any federal money. You'll get no federal grants, you'll get no whatever else. So that's enough of an incentive.
On a public level, I don't think people have the right to choose who they'll accept and who they won't accept on those levels. When it's taxpayer dollars that are providing the services, I believe it must be equal.
So in all businesses,
private businesses,
effectively saying,
yes. If I own it, why can't I decide how it's run?
I unfortunately agree with Brad. For the first time,
very unfortunate.
As far as private versus public, I think societal trends have a lot to do with it, and just like racism, homophobia will eventually be I hope be resolved, and maybe in 30 years.
How with this?
I think this is a very progressive argument, and I don't think America or the Boy Scouts is ready.
Think about the backlash that the Boy Scouts have gotten. I mean, I think it's a definite change in society than the segregation which you want to point to, which was just 50 years earlier. That people are either more tolerant or more accepting, or just think that it's totally disgusting. I mean, I don't agree with their homophobic attitudes, but and I think that most of society agrees with all of us, going, it's ridiculous that they do that.
Do you think it hurt them?
But I think that has to kind of phase itself out.
America would actually probably agree with that on some level, to tell you the truth.
I think that if I'm a private business owner and I want to make money, eventually I'm going to roll. If it comes down to the public sector boycotting my business because of my personal beliefs, then I'm going to flip and I'm going to let it change. I think that the public sector has enough power to change the things on their own. I don't think it's something, again, I don't think it's something the government should be stepping in on.
But don't you think it's condoning homophobia?
No. How so?
They're saying that they don't want any openly homosexual people in leadership roles.
Yes.
Do you think that
the Boy Scouts are condoning, yes.
Okay.
But if I'm a parent and I know that's the policy, I'm not going to take my kid to be a Boy Scout. I'm a citizen of this country. I earn my own money. I choose where I want to work and what I want to do. I choose where I want to spend it and what I want to spend it on. If I am against homophobia, I will not put my child in the Boy Scouts because I know they're homophobic. And I guarantee you that the people that are putting their child, I mean, I don't guarantee because it's too strong, but the majority of people that enroll their kids in the Boy Scouts are probably pretty homophobic themselves. And I guarantee that most homosexual parents are not putting their children into the Boy Scouts.
Maybe this is an opportunity for people to see that the Boy Scouts need to change, and maybe over time it will happen, just like you see in religious communities, more acceptance, I mean, albeit slow, but different church communities that are predominantly gay, because maybe they agree with the religion aspect or the spirituality aspect of it, but they don't agree with the homophobia that's associated within that religion, and so they create within that religion communities where they can worship and be gay at the same time. Maybe people that are not homophobic that have had good experience with Boy Scouts when they were kids, or I don't know, whatever the appropriate example is, can change from within, from getting involved and changing Boy Scout law from within over time to where it is not what it is today.